what tip might you offer to somebody who, even if they are, maybe they transitioned out of a corporate role, a senior role, but now they're in their own consulting business, and whether they are by themselves or with a team, reaching out to large organizations can sometimes be a little bit scary. And oftentimes people position themselves not as peers, but rather as, the client all the way up here and the consultant down here. And, if the client or buyer says jump, I jump, right? That kind of mindset. What advice would you offer to somebody to be able to create more of a peer-to-peer relationship, so that you can really, have a strong relationship?
So I'll tell you what I think that we've done reasonably well, and I'll tell you something I'm working on. So what we figured out, it's probably 4 years ago or so, when we were like, well, we're a digital, we just pivoted from an agency to a consultancy, and we thought we need to be everything to all people, right? We have to have a great Twitter account and a YouTube account, and we have to have an awesome blog and like everything. And we're a small team. And what we did is sort of the same thing we do for our clients, which was to figure out like, where are we actually offering value? What are we uniquely qualified to offer? And for us, it was very clear that that was our email. It was news and opinions. We push all of our chips, to use the casino metaphor, all of our chips in that direction. And we've been writing the brief every Monday ever since. And that's become invaluable because now the relationship that I have with a lot of these leaders and executives, because we have readers from nearly every Fortune 500 on there, that now that the relationship is Connor as the writer or Connor as the person who's coming up with ideas or thoughts or opinions, and not so much as Connor as the salesperson, right? Mm-hmm. So that's been incredibly valuable. But there's a bit of advice that I love that I heard from, somebody I have a lot of respect for here in Vancouver. Her name is Tess Sloan. She runs 1111 Talent, which is a recruiting agency. And she said, I think she actually said it on their Instagram account, but she said that what changed for them in the sales process was when they started treating their clients like people and not like these monoliths. And I'm paraphrasing here, but tactically what I took that as was, these are all just humans who are working in jobs. They have, thoughts and feelings and stresses and anxieties. And so what they've started to do, as I understand it, is just pick up the phone and call them, take them for coffee, like have conversations and say, what are you working on? What are you stuck on? And then maybe there's an opportunity for us to help or to, work together. And like, I think we've all fielded these sales calls before where, people are ostensibly trying to do that. And you can tell, right? You can tell when somebody is just like, can I, buy you a coffee, and the pitch is coming. But the way Tess does it is just so authentic and so real. And as far as I understand it, and certainly as I've been implementing it into our business, I've noticed this, that it's amazing what starts to come up. And it might not even be with that person, right? Like that person knows somebody at another organization or these big companies in particular. I remember being terrified to approach here in Vancouver, like a Herschel or an Aritzia. I would never approach a Lululemon or somebody like that. And now you realize that each one of those companies is actually like dozens or hundreds of small teams. And each one of those teams has, as I say, humans who have, thoughts and anxieties and needs. And so it's certainly something we're working on, but treating humans like humans is something that's been instrumental for us.